What's going on, fellow rock and rollers? Hope you're doing well. It's Mr. Jim. We are going to be going over the circle of fifths today. It's a really, really interesting concept, and it's nice that you be able to use this. A little bit of music theory for you, some basic education on it. So, basically, if you're starting on C major, which is what it's up here, you can put this on any instrument. If you start on C major, that would be number one, let's say. And then number two would be D major, E major, F major, and then G major. That's the fifth, right? So C is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that would be your G major. So then you're at G major, right? And then you would move 5 from there. So then G major would be 1, A major would be 2, B major would be 3, C major would be 4, D major would be 5, right? Then you move it down here, and so on and so forth, all the way around the circle, right? All the way around. And so what you'll end up doing is playing a fifth of the first sort of like root note, let's call it. Every single note will be 5 away from that one. And then you do that in major key, and then it works on the minors as well. So if you were to look here and see it starts on A minor, when the minors, 5 away from that would be E minor, because it'd be A minor is 1, B, C, D, and then E minor, right? And you work your way all the way around. Now, what's interesting about down here is that when you get to B major, and you move to F sharp major, right? But underneath the B major is when it goes around again and you work on the minors, it's a G sharp minor here, or an A sharp minor. Those are, or a G sharp minor, or an A flat minor. Those are essentially the same chord. It just depends on what key that you're in. So you would name it accordingly. And a B major sometimes can be referred to as a C flat, right? So that's why we have both of those there. And the same thing would go for when you get to G flat major or F sharp major, right? They could be interchangeable. There's sort of, you could almost think of it as the same chord. E flat minor and D sharp minor are essentially the same note or chord as well. And this would also work with C sharp major and D flat major, right? Those are interchangeable depending on what key of the song that you're in. A sharp minor and B flat minor are essentially the same note and chord as well. So let's put this into practice onto the guitar. So we're going to just have this back here for you. So you can take a look at it visually. Hopefully this will stay. Yes, so we can take a look at that. And I'm just going to play it very simply on the guitar. Starting from C major, right? Then 5 away from that would be G major. 5 away from that would be D major. 5 away from that would be A major. 5 away from that would be E major. And then B major, F sharp major, right? C sharp major, A flat major, E flat major, B flat major, F major, and then it goes back around to C major. Now let's work on just the minors. So A minor, I'm going to play a chord, E minor chord, B minor chord, F sharp minor chord, C sharp minor chord, G sharp minor, or that's the A flat minor as well. Then we have E flat minor, or a D sharp minor, right, like that. Then we have A sharp minor, which is B flat minor. Then we have F minor, C minor, G minor, and D minor. Very cool. And that's working on the circle of fifths. It's a very simple, basic way to think about it. And we just wanted to put that out there for you today as something new to learn. So think about it as a circle, just like a clock, right? It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, back to 1 again. And so you can think of it like that as well here. C major, G major, E major, D major, A major, E major, B major, F sharp major, C sharp major, A flat major, E flat major, B flat major, and then F major back to C major. So it's like a clock. And the same thing will work with the minors. Have fun with that. Just count from 5 away from, especially working in the major key. All you have to do is think of C major as number 1, and then do D, E, F, G, and that's where you would get your fifth, the G major, and then work your way from there, from G to D, and so on and so forth. Pretty cool. The circle of fifths. Pretty neat. Have a good one. Bye-bye.